Superintendent Fletcher Drum. I was in town when men dressing brown used to be hunting down Templeton and locking up them down in Woodbrook inside the pound. I was in town when Baptist and gone couldn't be seen on the morning ground when beef was 25 cents a pound. I was in town. So when you're raising up the price of rice, beef and cow tongue, I already know one of them people on greedy ground. And when you're rolling up old dashing bush to make it look young, they can't fool me because I am in town too long. And when Montano tell me that I must eat wrong provision, he say eating cassava will cause the price of rice to come down. This time he played pack up with Uncle Ben rice, lobster and salmon. He feel I now come in tongue. I in tongue too long. Tell Montano the economics wrong. I in tongue too long. Man ain't go eat yam when he dining in Hilton. I ain't tongue too long. Look at your screens. See your time tongue. And look how they used to dress. I was in town to see Pussa Chong playing cricket right by Maple Ground. When Pepper Wine, the left wing came wrong, kicking ball well strong with Eddie Allion. I was in town when Rocket Tom for Sporting Club used to kick men down. I was in town to see the tank clash with Jack Brown. When Royal Theatre shot King Kong and even Creed used to shoot them down, and Alan Ladd and Shane came around, I was in town. When Edna Wiley played bat and clown, and Dudley Smith used to win ping pong, and the army was under the crown, I was in town. So when I see they trying the best to jail Brian Quaiton, they can't get on the height, so they take me Chicky Chong. And when Manning say Trinidad is safe, the country not that bad, he would take a walk up Lavanti tonight without the bodyguard. And when I see NCC take over Channel 4 from TTT, they can't fool me, because NCC and TTT is the same company. And when Kai Sonyan say they love sampling, I don't know how long they cannot compose a song. I ain't tongue too long. You can't be a king and singing somebody's song. I ain't tongue too long. Give me some applause to show me that I'm not wrong. I ain't tongue too long.
I bring out Choki. He's singing a song called I Ain't Tongue Too Long. Now tonight, waiting for the 9 o'clock, because Dave Lux done give me talk, or you say 9 o'clock, but you're starting video early. I started video early if I have the time, but tonight I had the time, and I relax with my remote, and I watching YouTube. And Billy Joel come on singing, we didn't start the fire, it was always burning since the world was turning. And I listened to the whole song. I listen to, I'm George, you don't like my voice, oh? I listen to the whole song. We didn't start the fire. And he start from a time and he bring it forward. And it make me think, how come nobody didn't write a song like we didn't start the fire about Trinidad? Because from I want to tell you, from September 1st, 1962 to yesterday, that is madness. So I want to write a song called We Didn't Start the Madness. So I'm inviting all of you to send me anything that you know took place in this country. Short, don't make it long. All you know, all you like, all your paragraph. Just tell me, remember Lockjoint, remember Sam P. Wallace, remember TriStar, remember, I might ask you for more info. But let me document it. I want to bring out a CAISO built on We Didn't Start the Fire, called We Didn't Start the Madness. I want to play our next Big Boss song to show you that men with balls out here long. Hear this one. $1979, eh?
I hope it's true. They tell me how you reforming.
3 cheers to you.
Cause it's years now, them laws won't changing.
It happened? Nah, 1979, eh?
I want to see
Justice ring out in this country. Don't care how
fun when cases are won.
you must feel like justice is done.
It must be. Don't care how big,
Don't care how small, the law must be there for all.
but
If judges taking bribe,
show
coaches,
your case outside, then
the law is an ass.
if when your case is called, no papers at all, then the law is an ass. If policemen indeed selling and smoking weed, then the law is an ass.
It's not weed. I thought he meant seed.
And if the brilliant AG let all these things pass, we know
The law is an ass.
yes, if the brilliant AG let all these things pass,
We know.
the law is an ass.
1979, Llewellyn McIntosh. He was my English teacher in St. Mary's College, my English literature teacher. The Mighty Short Pants. The construction of this song. Listen to the words, but 1979, he might as well have been singing about now, and you could change out the names. When he's saying Hayat Ali, put Al Rawi. But listen, put Hayat Ali was the Chief Justice. Put this one, what's his name? I can't remember his name. Whoever he is.
St. Vincent Street is the place where
You should be starting
lawyers real sweet.
taking money but not appearing.
Some so bold-faced,
They don't even prepare your case.
I am afraid once they get paid,
You could have
they don't have it made. It's only call me SCPC
and QC and a whole lot of
WC. If it is West, North and South, them barrister have told them the law is on us. If they win in cases by coaching witnesses to lie, then the law is on us. If it's them who really say if it on ransom or it can't stay, then the law is on us. And if the law society let these things pass, we know the law is on us. Yes, if the law society let these things pass, we know the law is on us. One lady said, oh, what permanent was improper. Chief Justice said, that ain't true.
you are out of order.
Hear what I say, one of them is a
Damn liar.
It chilling me spine. The law must be blind up to now. None of them resign. Tell me why. That is the scum. The law has become only scandal of magnatum. If the taxpayer get nailed, cause on the jail ramish tail, then the law is on us. If Payol in Lafayette, Coast Guard clean and shoot none yet, then the law is on us.
Payol in Lafayette. Coast Guard plane is shoot none yet. This is 1979, you know. You think is now Trinidad and Tobago is a narcotics paradise? You think is now Trinidad and Tobago is a failed state? Payol and Lafayette, Coast Guard plane shoot none yet. Listen now, if that is 1979, this is 2021, and every jackass who sit down in the chair give you some excuse about the last jackass that was there, we ain't going nowhere. It's either we ain't going nowhere or we like it so. We're free. Next one. This one. Wake them up and share this video tonight. We had real fire coming, you know.
Never look if I was a selfish man, I wouldn't be involved in this election. I don't know already.
I need fame.
Plus I ain't looking for fortune again. All I'm asking is that you pay close attention to the many problems we all face from dawn to dawn.
All I'm asking is you pay attention to all them problems that we face from dawn to dawn. Come now, man.
You're intelligent, I think, and you should face issues, but you're behaving like a moron.
Cussing me for where I born, but
you pay too much for butter.
take your steel beam and go.
The terrible school system
It's such a bloody problem.
Take your steel beam and go. Agriculture is in a state, planning is inadequate.
Take your steel beam and go.
The northern and southern, I don't.
The two kingpin and bubble.
We know.
We like it so. We're free. The North and Southern idols, the two kingpin of bubble. What you talking about there? He ain't talking about Balize and Rienzi. Come now, man. Come now. You pipe a hand of water. You pay too much for sugar. Take your steel beam and go. When this was written, it's like yesterday.
Anything that's wrong, you go put it right.
Georgie.
Georgie Porgy told me the other night.
So we in 1979, 1980 still. You see where we is? We in 1979, 1980. That is 41 years ago. So when you was 20 years old and you hear this song and you take a little wine and a bumsy because you're young and you have pomade in your hair or coconut oil, depending on where you're from in the country, and you take your little chip and your little wine because it's Sparrow. Guess what? You're 60 something now. What changed? What changed?
Instead of displaying impatience, pull yourself and give the fella a chance. How the hell you could say, oh, and I'm going to do better?
But we send you back Grenada in a drum.
We and Georgie going to put it right together.
It's water.
We have freeness and freedom.
Plenty roti, plenty rum.
Hospitals have no limit. This brown paper they're using.
This week he write a song. Hospital and handle linen. It's brown paper they using.
Take the steel beam and
And you write that this week.
public transportation is an abomination.
Nah man, Sparrow, you had a crystal ball. It's 2021, you're singing about public transportation is an abomination. It's now you're singing about.
Well, food, clothes, and rent is proof. Cost of living gone through the roof.
Take your steel beam and go.
Classified information.
For personal gain is common.
We know, but
We like it so. Tell me.
we like it so.
Go see more of our beat them lab until see Lord's Cookery, River Estate, Bagatelle, Rich Plain, Mason, Sanganga, La Puerta. Go and see Never Dirty. Go see Gonzales. Go see Belmont. Go see Cocoreed Waterhole Hard in Place. Go and see Carnage, Abipujad, Big Yard, Scorpion Point, Kumana. Go and see all the die-hard communities. Go and see where 3P and them Bamsi sit down 30 years now. Go and see how them people living. Watch now, PNM people who farting through jockey shorts that have more hole than jockey shorts, defending people who farting through silk and telling me I no seat to get, you ain't get no votes in the election, we win. You're farting through a hole, you're wearing a jockey shorts, ban and calling it a jockey shorts, but you win. Will you win?
And Bokasa say, oh, you going to feel the heat. The penalty to oppose is high.
That's political suicide.
We have no house, so we squat, living with cockroach and rat.
We have no house, so we squat, living with cockroach and rat. Tell them.
Take this TV back home. This is spit flowing over, you could catch yellow fever.
You know, Louis Leasing campaign was to bring the latrines into modern. Last election, 2020, a campaign promise 41 years later was to sort out East Port of Spain, still pissing and shitting in latrine.
Take this TV back home. Soldier in bulldozer, break down the shacking mover.
Take your steel beam and go.
It's plenty sexual favor.
To get a 10 days worker.
We know, but we like it so.
You want to get a CPAP walk? Take off your clothes and bend over, baby. This is 10 days. It's there for free. Join the line outside. Eh? How long is it? How long?
7 miles off the coast of Venezuela. SOS, mayday, mayday, mayday.
The Trinidad, a luxury liner, the Caribbean Sea, with an old bandit named Eric Williams. For years, them jackass robbing we. The ship hit more rough waters than they. Someone turned the bridge over to the next jackass in line-up order. Captain, this ship is sinking. Captain, the seas are rough. No electricity, the oil pressure reading low. Shall we abandon ship or shall we stay on it and perish slow? We don't know, we don't know. Captain, you tell me what to do. Bring it to a close. Drag your bow, fiddler. Let me hear you. Last by John Calypso. Hear this one.
I visited Parliament Chamber.
Witness an orchestra, a band of only politicians. Rated their performance and style, talent and endurance. A band of parliamentarians. Politics that encourage hate, making good folks discriminate. Bridges replaced by gates. Nurturing racism and tribalism, multiculturalism, mamagism.
From the UNC to the
C-O-P-N-D.
Political symphony. It's a symphony.
T-O-P, M-S-J, M-J, C-N-D. Political symphony. It's a Stop taking it cool.
Don't be playing for a fool. They're using race as a tool to divide, conquer, and rule. Race can't always pull. Occupy, 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 occupy. You know what we say?
Lead vocalists have sore throat. Keyboard is playing the wrong note.
In this bang, bang, bang
of serial politicians.
their lyrics not rhyming. Some have no sense of timing.
Of parliamentarians.
Set the room for the bubblists, perverting the course of justice. Our nation at risk. With a section called to the bar, music rotten to the core, who arrange the score, so impure when
The UNC and the PNM and the COPND. Political symphony. Symphony. TOP, MSJ, MJ, CND.
hear this last piece.
Symphony.
Hear this.
Corruption rebuff.
Say enough is enough. The system will always fail. Was the big fish not making jail? The system will always fail once the big fish not making jail. Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome to Plain Talk with Philip Edward Alexander. I do this and I've done this for quite some time. Tonight's video is called The Coming Storm. Today we had a video and for some reason we had internet blackouts and brownouts and vocal dropouts. So we deleted the video and we said we will revisit the issue tonight. When Colm Imbert said, serious consideration must be given to raising the retirement age, he had to say that in the context of raising the retirement age for all new contributors to the National Insurance Board. And if you arbitrarily change the terms and the conditions for the existing members who have paid, dutifully paid, all through their lifetime, all through their working lifetime, that is banditry, that is fraud, that is criminal enterprise, using the parliament for criminal enterprise. But it's not the first time the People's National Movement and its demons have used the parliament for criminal enterprise. Keith Christopher Mugabe Sabgaroli tried to overthrow a sitting government by trick. When Keith Rowley read Emailgate into the parliament, he tried to commit an act of pure treason. And when Gary Griffith, as Commissioner of Police, was the last voice, when the DPP couldn't find nothing, when the Integrity Commission couldn't find nothing, when Google couldn't find anything, Facebook couldn't find anything, Microsoft couldn't find anything, when Gary Griffith, as the Commissioner of Police, closed the gate, I said that day, when Gary said this investigation into Emailgate is closed, I said open an investigation into Rowleygate for treason. There's no statute of limitations on it. If all of these people have said that there is no substance to this, on what did Keith Rowley invade the People's Parliament and try to overthrow a sitting democratically elected government by trick? On what? On what? And you've rewarded him and his band of co-conspirators for it. Faris Al-Rawi said on the media the next day, even if they say the emails was fake, I want you to hear the length these criminals will go to. Faris say, even if the emails was fake, the content of the email was genuine. Now that's the equivalent of saying, even if the horse the cowboy riding on don't exist, the cowboy still riding going by. And what Faris tell you? That you could pour a cup of water into nothing and it hold the substance and shape of whatever you want it to be. And that is what this organization, this People's National Movement political leadership, that's what they did. They're the government now, but they are not legitimate because they should have been charged. In some countries around the world, they would have been charged, prosecuted, they would have been hanged for attempting to overthrow a democratically elected government. Keith Rowley has never answered for that. Fractured my friendship with Gary Griffith when he appointed Gary Griffith as Commissioner of Police, because no matter who say what, I said, brother, you called that man a murderer. You said Gary Griffith was conspiring with others to commit murder, and you never took it back. So did you appoint a murder co-conspirator to be the Commissioner of Police? Is that what you did? Because of course I know Gary was not in any co-conspiracy, any conspiracy to commit murder. I know that for a fact. But Keith Rowley lied on the man and then used the man, and he was using the man for his popularity because nobody liked Keith Rowley. Nobody would like Keith Rowley. Somebody tell me Sharon Rowley is looking 2 different directions because she's been trying to keep track on him. First, he does be stepping out. I said, that's not why she's looking 2 different directions. Sharon Rowley is looking 2 different directions to avoid watching Rowley twice. She wants to avoid seeing him twice. She not accidentally in my left eye, not accidentally in my right eye. You operate in a space between them. Now you do the woman. This government is a band of criminals. Research what they've said about each other. Research that. Research what they've said about each other. Judge them by their actions. Forget all the shit they talk. Judge them by their actions. When Keith Rowley told the nation that he got Emailgate, hear what he tell the people. First, the jackasses didn't understand the technology. Somebody stumble upon an email exchange and print out the emails when you could have forwarded it to Keith. When you printed it out, you left a paper trail. Faris, in the beginning, didn't know nothing about Emailgate and didn't know how Keith Rowley got it. The stories weren't straight. Keith Rowley said, I got it in my mailbox. I don't know who put it there. Faris said Keith Rowley got it from a whistleblower and he trusts the person's word. So which is it? On the conception, from the time sperm meet egg, it was a lie. From the time the first thing split, it was a lie. Rowley said it was in the mailbox. Faris said it was a whistleblower. Which one is the truth? Rowley said he get Emailgate and he opened it, and the information contained therein shocked him, rocked him. He didn't know what to do. He obviously didn't know what to do because he's holding a document that made many accusations and allegations, or so he say. But chief among the allegations and the accusations, the most important of them, was an allegation that Kamla Persad-Bissessar, Anand Ramlogan, Gary Griffith, and others were going to conspire to murder a journalist, Denise Wren. Now hear this. It is either Keith Rowley didn't care if Denise Wren had get murdered. It's either he did not care. You see, at some point, you have to have a commission of inquiry into Emailgate, you know. At some point, all of them involved need to be prosecuted. And you need to prosecute them only because what Keith Rowley did is worse than 1990. What Keith Rowley did was worse than Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr had a running argument with the state. And if other people use him, whatever, he was not a member of the parliament. Keith Rowley detonated his criminality as a member of the House, using the privilege afforded to him to speak in that House. He detonated that bomb. And he tried to have the government of the day overthrown using surreptitious legal means, if not to incite the nation into violence, into thinking that the government, what he accused them of, has never gone away in my mind, will never go away. Those accusations were damning, but the fruit of the poison tree, the tree was the act itself. Keith Rowley said that he was so certain that it was authentic, he took it to President Max Richards. Now hear me, I know he's a jackass. I was the first person to tell the country Keith Rowley is a jackass. I was the first one. Did it on national TV. But I want you to hear, even a jackass in political office, as long as he is, know where the toilet is, he know where the tea room is, he know where his seat is, where his parking spot is. And he had to know other things. He had to know office holders. He had to know, this is an allegation where people are conspiring to commit murder. I need to talk to the police. First. And if you don't trust the police, tell the potential victims, hey, Denise, I know it. Somebody said, I get shit all the time. Somebody sent me something today about an allegation that he heard from somebody that somebody want to kill a senior public official in this country. I did not answer the person. I forwarded it straight to Gary Griffin. Screenshot showing the person's number. I said, this warrants an investigation. I don't know this person. I have not responded to them. Forwarded it to you as I get it. That is my responsibility. That's my full responsibility. Because when you send me shit like that, make certain it going straight to the Commissioner of Police. It not pass and go, it not collecting 200. I get it going to Gary. Immediately. Because I am not the Commissioner of Police and I don't have public office and I can't do anything about it. My involving myself in it will delay any proper judicial response that is necessary, as did Max Richards, who was the President of the Republic. But he has had no authority, especially in criminal matters. Zero. None. 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 Absolutely none. Of all the people, he could have taken it to the Integrity Commission, he could have taken it to the Attorney General, he could have taken it to the Chief Justice, he could have taken it to the Commissioner of Police, he could have taken it to his police friends, he could have taken it to the Chief of Defense Staff, he could have sent it to somebody in law enforcement somewhere in the country. He didn't. He took it to the only person that had absolutely no authority. After Max Richards, there is nobody else in the country that has a paid office of state with zero responsibility. And that's the person Keith Rowley chose to take an allegation that the sitting government was plotting to kill a journalist. Now that showed you firsthand how serious that lie was. And Keith Rowley left it with Max for 6 months because everybody knew Max woke up in the morning, had his cup of tea, took his presidential shit, and then played with little red girls in carnival costumes for the rest of the livelong day. That was his whole work. That was his whole job. Max was a whiner boy. His job was to wake up, eat, drink, shit, and whine for the day. So he had nothing to do. So Keith Rowley left it with Max for 6 months. Lie number two. Lie number two. You know. No, it's an insult to Kamala and Anand and Gary that you think that you get something that they don't know you have. You ain't called them. You ain't let nobody know. So they don't know you have this. So what you say, you tell Denise, and they don't know you have it. So you say not only are they murderers, but they're incompetent. Because 6 months later, they ain't carry out their nefarious act. They were the Keystone Cops. Kamala, Gary, and Anand couldn't get their act together to carry out their murder. Because you knew It was bullshit. You either knew it was bullshit or you didn't care if Denise Wren got murdered. Which is it, Kitos? Tell me that. Before you shuffle off this mortal coil, before your heart finally explode in your chest and leak out through your nose and your ears, tell me now, I want to know, which is it? Did you just not care if Denise Wren had gotten murdered? Or did you already know that it was bullshit? So check this. As if those three lies, him and Farris's contradicting each other, him taking it to Max, of all people, him leaving it with Max for 6 months. If those three are not sufficient evidence of him using this document to conspire to overthrow the government, he goes and takes it back from Max. And then, I am assuming, he didn't take it from Max in the dead of night. I am assuming he's at one of their regular meetings and he pushed aside the two little red girls Max whining on. And he said, Max, that document I gave you 6 months ago, give it back to me now. He went to get it back to Keith. Daytime. I don't think it was night. You go back to your office, leader of the opposition. Did you pick up the phone and call Chairman of the Integrity Commission, Ken Gordon, Secretary Mavis? Mavis, this is Kitos Raulios. I have a document here that I want an appointment to show to the Chairman of the Integrity Commission. She said, is it urgent? Absolutely. I left it with Max Richards for 6 months. That's how urgent it was. It's on a very slow burn. She said, well, let me see if I can make an appointment. He didn't do none of that. He let the day become night. And then he went and climbed over Ken Gordon gate and pelt stone on Ken Gordon window. And Ken Gordon shuffled over to the window to say, who the ass is this disturbing me this hour of the night? And Keith said, boy, Ken, come down here now, boy, I want to show you something. You the chairman of the Integrity Commission, I as the leader of the opposition, let me make a little kangaroo court here tonight now and prosecute the government in their absence. Dictatorship style. Let me do that now. Ken Gordon should have run up like one of them football, like Cristiano Ronaldo, and boots Rowley ass over that gate. That is what he was supposed to do. Because Ken Gordon, a man that I have had nothing but respect for. I mean, when I was young, I drink rum in Ken Gordon's bedroom with his son Gregory, well, his outside son Gregory Kirkpatrick. We used to lie him in the house. I know them, I grew up with them. He should have boots Keith Rowley over the gate for trying to rope him in. Ken Gordon should have said, you see me? I am a man of integrity. I have had a long and illustrious career. People respect me. I don't drag myself in the shit you drag yourself in. And you see where you're trying to drag me in tonight? Go from here with that. Eh? Ken Gordon didn't do that. Ken Gordon didn't pick up the phone and call Mavis. Say, Mavis, change out of that nightie and come over by me and witness something here. He didn't do that either. He ain't called nobody in the house. He ain't called the neighbor. Nobody. He said, yeah. Let me set up a little kangaroo court here. You prosecute, I will be the judge. We don't need no defense. This is Alice in Wonderland. We down the rabbit hole now. Because that's what he did. By agreeing to sit and listen to the bullshit Keith Rowley had to tell him in the dead of night, a document that he let sit and grow cobwebs in Max Richards' desk. Ken Gordon knew it didn't have to take place in his house in the dead of night. But Ken Gordon said, I took out a pencil and I made notes. So we have to trust Ken Gordon's notes. That's what we are told, that we have to trust. Based on the integrity of the man, he didn't kick him over the gate. He didn't tell him come back in the morning because it's the right thing to do when we have a witness. He sat down with him and he takes some notes with a pencil. And I'm supposed to believe him. And I, who like him, like all his children, I like the family, that will forever be a scar on his entire career and reputation to me. And the problem with this is it brought his entire career into distress. Because if at this point, as chairman of the Integrity Commission, he could make such a stupid move, such a foolish decision, and to entertain Rowley, who came in his capacity of leader of the opposition to present a document that suggested that the Prime Minister was contemplating, together with her Attorney General and her then security advisor, to murder a journalist. And then, after he let Ken read it, and Ken say, well, boy, this is a serious piece of paper, but you know, I still have no authority. Did you call Denise? Did anybody give Denise a heads up? No? Do that now. Did you take this to the police? No? Do that now. What he did with it? What Keith did with it? He went to the Parliament with it. And he went to shock and awe the nation. He needed to bring other officers into it. He knew the police, from the moment they got it, would have investigated it. It would have been out of his hands. He couldn't afford that. He needed it for political mileage. He wanted to use it as a lever to eject the sitting Prime Minister. So he went into the Parliament and he said, I discussed this with the President of the Republic and the Chairman of the Integrity Commission. Bullshit. Bullshit. 5 lies. Before you even start to read. 5 lies. And he is now your Prime Minister. All you told the criminal co-conspirators that were all involved in Emailgate is that the criminality that you used to dislodge Patrick Manning. I went to the Prime Minister in August 2003 and told him that there was massive bid rigging taking place in Udicott. Bid rigging 10 times worse than what took place at Piarco Airport. The only problem is, again, that speech, I went to the Prime Minister in August 2003 and told him about massive bid rigging at Udicott. That statement that you heard, he said in 2009. So you knew as a sworn member of the highest court in the land that your Prime Minister is a criminal who is leading a government so corrupt that bid rigging is taking place in Udicott. You bust the mark on Piarco for $1 billion. You say what is taking place in Udicott is 10 times worse than what took place in Piarco. So you are suggesting that it's $10 billion so far. In 2003, did you go to the media? Did you go to the police? Did you go to the Integrity Commission? Did you go to the media? No. You went to nobody. Because it didn't serve your purpose. You continue to eat cabinet food and drink cabinet wine. 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, and finally, in 2009, when Calder Hart told you, little boy, stay in your lane now. You are not my boss. And you went and you threw a tantrum for Manning because Manning tell the people, you all don't know the problems I face with this man, you know. This man here easy. He's a raging, when he don't get his way, he is a raging bull. So you went to rage and bull in the Parliament. Again, your choice of location to make your comments. But for 2003 to 2009 is 6 Carnival, 6 Christmas, 6 Eid, 6 Diwali, 6 Labor Day, 6 Corpus Christi, 6 Easter, 6 everything. You had 6 years that you knew that since August 2003, UDCOT was corrupt. And you knew that. And not only did you say nothing to nobody for 6 years, in 2007, there was an election, and you had an opportunity to tell the nation, don't vote for Manning. He is a criminal. His government is a criminal government. His cabinet is a criminal cabinet. It is more corrupt than the UNC. It is more corrupt than the UNC's greatest hit to date, Biago. He ain't tell nobody. He campaigned for the PNM with a captain hat. He like up himself. How does anybody trust a single word that comes out Keith Rowley mouth? How? 9 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, you tell them now. How does anybody trust a single word that comes out of Keith Rowley's mouth? How? How do you not know that the man is a complete liar? How do you not know that? We were warned. But you see, Kamla Prasad Bisessa's government had gotten so rotten by then that we didn't do due diligence because we wanted to kick Kamala and her band of criminals out. So we didn't do due diligence on a man whose only claim to fame was that he was a serial and accomplished liar.
I went to the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago in August 2003 as a Minister of Government in Trinidad and Tobago, a PNM minister, and told him that there was bid rigging taking place in UDCOT. What the Commission of Inquiry is looking at is 10 times worse than what happened with Biako Airport.
6 years ago.
And it's even more brazen.
A brazen. See the words he just used? It even more brazen. But you let 6 years pass so you could fold your belly.
Is on trial.
The PNM is
Because
on trial.
those of us who were here and carried the O'Halloran stain, we cannot take the position that this is all talk. In 1986, when we went to campaign in my area,
I don't know who went in what area. I know my area.
I was there, and you're going door to door, and you slap.
I want you to listen to what he, this little Tobago boy, thinks is Diego Martin West. Diego Martin West starts at Bagatelle and includes Rich Plain, Covine, Mason, La Puerta, Saganga, Abipujad, Big Yard, Scorpion, Hague Street, Point Kumana, Caranage, all them at-risk communities. All of those low-class communities. I don't want to say Afro communities, but I want you to listen to what he thinks is Diego Martin West.
Slamming doors in your face in Westmoreland, in Glencoe, in Bayshore, and all they tell you about this O'Halloran.
He campaigned in Westmoreland, Glencoe, and Bayshore.
Today, every school child in this country knows that there's something called UDCOT,
And it stinks to high heaven.
smells to high heavens. If this country cannot call to order its Prime Minister and his cabinet and his political party to say we are not accepting that, then God help us. Why should
God help us. Keith Rowley, it is your words I'm using, brother. I will make sure I will walk that road, that trail that you blaze. I come into that road with you.
there be sacrifice?
PNM supporters, listen. We are not going to ride it out.
$700 million worth of contract lands on the Princess Building ground. Not a soul in Port of Spain, in Belmont, in Cascade, in Laventille, in Diplomatic, not one day.
Only Chinese.
100% Chinese work. Design, construction, materials, everything. And I am supposed.
And this son of a bitch do the same thing when he gets in government. 100% Chinese labor. How does anybody trust Keith Rowley? If I stand in the dark and Keith Rowley say it dark, I go in looking for light. Because it can't be dark if he agree. Trust me. It can't be dark if he agree. If it dark and he say dark, he lied light. The man does lie. Like lie is what he does do for a living. He is Lionel. He is a double-tongued deceiver. He lies like a criminal liar. If lying was an Olympic sport, Keith Rowley would be Usain Bolt. Keith Rowley is a liar. I said the other night, he's a Decepticon. The man does deception like other people does breathing. So here we are, with this bunch in office, and more than half the country. Because the people who calling me, and I want to say this, I see they suspend a police officer for talking about insurrection. Now I want to say this, no police officer should be talking about insurrection. But I also want to tell you, I'm not an ostrich, and I'm not burying my head in the sand. People in Trinidad and Tobago fed up. The people who calling me, who ringing up my phone to march, Philip, let we march, Philip, let we march. You know who they calling from Fairways. They calling from Pity Valley. They calling from Gulf View. They calling from Goodwood Park. It's middle class and upper class people that fed up, Philip, let we march. Let we march and get rid of this government. They have women. When I finally come out to walk, the day after the state of emergency end, I bet you 90% of how much ever people come out is women. The women of this country fed up. Fed up. They're not taking it no more. And they're looking for a reason to come outside. I tell people already, they have law-abiding people who go to church, who on a Monday after Sunday, church outfit done press and hang up on the wardrobe. You know what a wardrobe is? Remember the wardrobe? We have closets now. We have closets. We went from wardrobe to cupboard. We had cupboard for a little while, but now we have closets. But I grew up in a time, I'm tongue long, and I remember when we had wardrobes. And your church outfit, don't play now. Everybody had two shoes. Your everything shoe and your church shoe. And you don't play with that shoe. That shoe have to be shining like a donkey stones on a full moon night. And it must be ready. You have a church shoe and a church socks. You remember that one black socks? Remember that black socks? The first time it get a hole and you see a big toe through the socks. Remember that? I remember that. And your outfit ready for church. They have people in this country, good, decent, family people, law-abiding people who sitting down and can't find a man selling the galvanized on his roof to feed his family. He run out of things to sell. Celebrate Father's Day with rice and sardine. The family. You insulting those people after you make a stinking mess of this country and destroy the economy. Nobody is saying they have a COVID-19, you know. But this is the only country that is killing the patient to cure the virus. Because they have people in the big shot areas who still have food. Why they want to march, I don't know. They still have money in their pocket. They could still go Starlight Drugs and buy $70 payout. They could still go down by St. Christopher gas station and eat a pizza. And they could go Fifth Street and eat a roti. Yeah, give them ads. Because it don't matter, them can do what they want. Do what they want. Camwa, making food in Camwa restaurant. 5 bottles of ketchup, 2 bottles of spaghetti, there's a grocery. I tell my cousin, El Pecos, I say every El Pecos should be a grocery. 3 loaf of kiss bread, 2 tin of sardine, and food. He said to me, I don't want to contribute to the virus getting out of control. Always, good and decent people, let's make good and decent choices. You could tell them. You could tell the good and decent people. You could tell the profiteers. You could tell those who out for business. But I'm just saying, I don't understand. There have so many people in this country who church clothes hang up and ready for church. But if they hear that the Chinese grocery, I'm not saying that now, boy, because I don't want to add no spice to the food. But the government is not paying attention. The place ripe. It's like a pimple. You know when you was a teenager and you nurse that pimple till if you only touch it, it pop. The country feels like that. I watch how people driving on the road. People don't care. When people reach the, boy, I don't care about no virus, boy, I don't care about no social distance. I want a hamper. I want food. And Rahal, only some real shittongs, boy. Only could not plan that better. Only could not announce. Every time we sit down to say we're doing hampers, we do a system where you register for a hamper and we call you in to collect it. All you have to do this, all you come now, man. Eh? Who organize your hamper drive? DLC? Who? So a set of old people and a set of poor people had to come and line up like ass. All you tired make ass of people, boy. Eh? Who you think was coming? How did you arrive at the number of how much hamper to make? What research did you do? Or did you just not give a donkey fart? Did you just not? You know, if I'm talking about donkeys plenty these days, it's what has come to mind when I think about these people. Jackass and donkey. Animals that dotish and stupid and don't know they're dotish and stupid. A donkey is the only 4-legged animal will repeatedly trip over its own legs. You ever found that out? Google that. When I tell people Google that, they say, if you say Google that, it must be so. So I ain't Googling that. Or to blast it lazy, you must check. Check what I say. The government job is not to shoot hungry people. Is not to lock up hungry people. That is not the government's job. The government's job is to make sure that none of our people hungry. Hear me say it again. The government job is to be responsible for the homeless. The government job is to set that rising tide that lifts all boats. The government job is to make sure through the social development ministry, to make sure, and through the local government system, to make sure that not one single citizen of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago goes to bed hungry. Somebody call me and message me and complain, I can't find your voice note and I play it for them. Boss Living Waters making sure all them Venezuelans eating, but Trinbagonians starving. This jackass want to send food for Suriname and Guyana and Japan, but people in Trinidad belly rumbling, they hungry. Or they just have contempt for Trinis? That's what it is? What it is? To be a Trinidadian dog better than you? I mean, you're throwing bone for dog, throw a bone for the Trinis now. How come everybody more important and is watch me is Indian in South, is African in tongue, and both of them getting the same jam. So it's not like anybody have a racial advantage. All you're shitting them up, black is white. All this talk. We had a little dinner by my parents. Because my brother sure he will take care of all of us. A large part of my family all got COVID. And within 5 days, everybody was well. Because Paul Elias Alexander is the most knowledgeable person to treat with COVID-19 in the world. So we already have all our medicine stockpile in my family. My sisters buy oxygen tent and put it down in one of our house. So we make sure that I'm not going to need it, but just in case. And we're not going to put the state, we're not ever, we contributing through our taxes to a public health system we will never use, ever. We will never put our family, our loved ones. I got a dog bite once. About 2-3 years ago, you know, I went out a fire in somebody's yard and the dog bite me on my knee. And I had to go and sit down in the St. James because none of the private hospitals had rabies injections. And that's the only reason why I went St. James. And that experience was putrid. It was disgusting. The contempt that you all have for Trinbagonian people. Hear me now. I hope when all you're dead and gone, I know you all don't believe in nothing. When Kwaitong and Ish was blowing smoke with them cigars, because they find out they are no God. I know. Like all yourself, get on dirty, eat a food. I understand. All you find out they are no God. No problem. But I hope the tears of those who have hurt as a direct result of your actions. Fellas like Franklin Cann and Malcolm Jones, Patrick Manning, Eric Williams, I hope with everything in me that you never escape the tears and the pain of all those people, that your incompetence, your corruption, and your theft cause. I hope. Hafiz Karamat, I know you was rotten dead while you was alive. I hope you rot for all eternity and feel it as maggots and cockroach eat your inside out forever. That's what I wish for Hafiz Karamat. This country has been assaulted by the criminally corrupt, hiding behind race. They're using race as a tool to divide, conquer, and rule, to justify their bull, the race card they always pull. That's what Kurt Allen said. A country where nothing do work. Tell me.
There we go. What is? Check it out. 9 o'clock in the morning. 9 o'clock in the morning.
What you about? What you about?
9 o'clock in the morning.
Fella have a nice voice, eh?
9 o'clock on the dot. And no food in the pot. Why? There's no flour. 9 o'clock in the day. You can't see your way. Why? Organized crime. It's organized crime. Everywhere you turn. Crime and more crime. White collar crime. Blue collar crime. No color crime.
We're running out of time. Let me go.
9 o'clock in the morning.
Let me wait.
9 o'clock in the morning. 9 o'clock in the morning. 9 o'clock in the morning. 9 o'clock on the dot. Your salary cut. 9 o'clock in the day. No way to get paid.
Nothing don't work. Nothing don't work.
$3 trillion spent.
Nothing to show. That's how it go in the land named Trinbago.
Nothing don't work. Nothing don't work. Nothing, nothing, nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing, 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 nothing. Public health fail. Public works fail. Local government fail. Central government fail.
Nothing don't work.
57 years. Tears, tears, tears. 57 years. Praise, praise, praise. No bread in the kitchen. No gas in the car. No water in the pipe. Everybody by the bar. Hole in the pavement. Hole in your shoe. Hole in your wallet. There's only holes for you.
When last you heard this one? Let me show you the good people that surround me. A fella named Martinez from Trinity Lighting on St. James. He hear me say I need a phone. The man sent me a message this morning. He said go by my office 10 o'clock in the morning. And this is what they hand me and they wish me the very best. Plenty good people around. Thank you, Mr. Martinez.
Our destiny, your vote will decide what you want to be. Your vote can foretell
Our country's fate.
but use it well before it's too late. If it is not who you're voting, fail beyond a doubt. When you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is they prove it to be
Only full amount.
when you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the time is now that
Change must come about. The same way you vote them in.
vote them out. Register and vote them out. If they can see,
Vote them out.
state your finger and
Vote them out.
show them no mercy.
Vote them out.
Vote them out with total scorn and utter disdain. Let's put our country
Together again.
Vote them out of power.
Terminate the reign.
Let's put our country together again.
Tyrone Hernandez, they play boy. Listen now, man. Fight hard, you know. Somebody tell me, you know, it's a good idea. You should go all over the country. I say I do that for 4 years. Every other week, I was somewhere else in the country. Do it again. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, no problem. Trying to wake up Trinbagonians is the hardest work. Hardest work. Honey, vinegar, sugar, cat piss, pepper,
You voted them in.
and it's only tears as soon as they win
They give you big words.
and enslave your soul, promising you roads and giving potholes.
If they are the reason why the economy won't sprout, when you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the passing laws,
That them alone can float.
when you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the building ISIS,
East, west, north, and south, just as how you vote them in.
vote them out. Register and vote them out. Totally vote them out.
Stain your finger and
Rescue the country. Vote them out with tempo.
they have we in pain.
Let's put our country
have a special song to play for Keith Rowley. Before I go, stand by. Canada also. I find him funny. In this part of the song, he said, I tell you. Wouldn't believe me, but if a lie asked my good friend Mackie,
It was a big lying competition.
to see who they could crown as lion champion. Liars from all parts of the West Indies. Big shot liars from all them foreign countries. From a field about 1,000 or so entries. In 2 days, it boiled down and leave just 3.
I had me iron lion, the lion.
Keith Rowley,
Cause I know he does come with some good
King
work.
Liar,
But they had a younger fella named Debo.
come from some village there in Tobago. He say his father is Tobago's best fisherman. He catch a fish a mile wide, 80 feet in span,
He had to tighten the boat.
and swim back to land to get his brother Eric to give a hand.
Give him a hand.
You hear lie? Every time Rowley speak,
Lie.
like why does here? You hear lie?
Teacher Percy said,
If you tell a lie, you're going to hell as soon as you die. Why you so?
check it out. Lion, the lion.
He laughed till he sweat. He said, Mr. Debo, you ain't say nothing yet.
If you really want to hear about fishing,
Let me blow your mind. Now listen to something.
when we're talking about fish, you just hit the spot.
I was hoping you would believe it or not. The fish your father caught, to you it was great, but it's them small fish my father does use for bait.
Lion went ahead on once in the show.
Completely eliminated Mr. Debo.
The next man to beat was Willie Outrageous. He asked the judges if they could lie first.
The judges asked the lion agreed.
Say any topic will take
It's alright with me.
The outrageous I strong.
Let me see head on.
And when we done, see who had fit to wear the crown.
You hear lie? That is lie. Lie. You hear lie?
Teacher Percy said, if you tell a lie, you're going to hell as soon as you die.
Done so.
Let it go. Shook it up.
Every time Rowley step up to a podium to speak, you hear lie. That is lie. Lie. You hear lie. We try to take, we call them out. We had vaccine coming from Africa, from India, from Antigua, from Grenada. We get vaccine from Dominica, Barbados, America. Kamala Harris called me. She called Kamala. She called me. And she tell me, I wanted to be the one to tell you firsthand that we given everybody in South America and the Caribbean vaccines except Trinidad and Tobago. You want to play man and you send Gopi Schoon to ask what America could do we? I go show you. You ever get wine on? You ever get wine on and somebody wine on you, you didn't want that wine? You're going to get wine on. The whole world going to see. We're going to vaccinate dog. We're going to vaccinate cat. We're going to vaccinate fish in the sea. But we are vaccinating you and your country. You want to play China best friend? Go and inject them with Sinopharm donkey piss. And when you inject them with Sinopharm donkey piss and your country collapse, the world will laugh at you. And they will remember Keith Rowley's name with complete disdain. Going forward, your name will become a curse and something to be spat out your mouth. They will say, don't Rowley the senior man. You're Rowley the whole country. Everything you touched turned to shit. You made a mess of a P&M mess. You came into a fire and you set it ablaze. You came to the Titanic and while it was sinking, you burned it down. You are the worst thing to ever happen to politics, to ever happen to government, and to happen to Trinidad and Tobago. I'll tell you something, Keith Rowley. Don't take this wrong, but it would have been better for everybody if you had never been born. You don't have a claim to put to your name to say that this is what I was born for. All you've done is made people miserable. They have grannies and tanties and mammies in this country tonight crying tears, weeping tears because of you, brother. And I want to tell you something. You see mother's tears? Mother's tears is burned through the universe, partner. It is last, it's stretched through time. And mother's tears don't make no mother cry on you. None. Don't do that. You have mothers crying tonight. Can't feed the children. Don't make no mother cry on you, brother. Mother's tears is acid. What did that for? Do everything in your power. Call Baldhead Twiggy, Wiggy, whatever she name, whatever Robinson Rodriguez brown bag specialist going by. Tell her come. Go and organize food and feed everybody. Don't stop until the national, until you're hearing, when you're hearing cricket singing, you're hearing people burping. Don't stop till people belching, north, south, east, and west. All you're playing smart. All you're enriching all yourself like you're going to live forever. Every single budoop, budoop, budoop you feel in your chest, you don't know if it's the last budoop, but you're looking to get more. Give me more. Father's Day, the height of confusion was Father's Day in Rowley House, they say. So you need to take plenty for all them outside charity and put aside for them too. And waste of freaking time. Make a mockery of this country. Ride poor black people and make them worse off. And they don't know how to cuss you now. They don't know what to say. They don't know what to do. You hand them over. You collected, herded, corralled them, and handed them over. To, we small, but we're the most powerful. You hand them over. You deliver them. How you feel, brother? It's your legacy. You sell them. And not a single person, not even your friends, not even your financiers, I sure not even your family, could count and say, you know, he really ain't do nothing for nobody. You had two sons that you let grow up into big men lying on their mother. They had no father. Lie. Don't say your name is Rowley. Your name is Noel. I don't care what your name is. Lie. You bring up your two sons to lie. Lie and say you're no father. Lie and say your mother's a hoe. We ain't know who the man is. And stereotype. But after you win government, you introduce them like you're proud. If you're proud, how come they don't have your name, brother? I's a ass. If God was a Trini, he's not a Trini now. This is hurtful. Tomorrow morning, hundreds of thousands of people in this country going to wake up, house, kitchen, wallet, empty. Children hungry, parents hungry, and you who eating and wasting food that they pay for, that those same taxpayers pay for, you don't have them to study. And wait, partner, wait. Wait, Peter waiting by the gate. Wait. Hope there are no God. Hope there are no God, partner. Because God don't like ugly. When you get the chance, when you get the power, when God gives you the power to make life better and you make it worse, that ugly boy, that real ugly. You're ugly for spite. You're ugly for 2. You're ugly for 3. That is real ugly. You have opportunity to make a difference in the life of 1 million, say 400,000, okay, 1 million people. And I read today, I read the con job, that is the THA bill that all they're trying to pass. So you're giving the THA the ability to finance Tobago, tax Tobago, write laws in Tobago. So you're giving them everything but independence. Give them independence. But you see, that is to use Tobago 2 seats, 56,000 votes, try and keep your ass in office. But Tobago should have been given their independence. You're giving them everything but that. Only reading that document, the list of laws that the THA could write, all the finance laws, that is when you are independent. Tobago should be independent now. Give them their independence. Tobago was colonized before Trinidad. Tobago has more history than Trinidad. Tobago was only attached to Trinidad because the colonizers didn't know what else to do with it. Well, here what to do. Tobago was fought over more than any other Caribbean territory. Tobago it is time to let the people go. Let them go. This is Trinidad. That's Tobago. Like make a Commonwealth of countries. Trinidad, Tobago, Barbados, Grenada. Maybe we call it CARICOM. I don't know. But give them the ability now to go and do their own business. Leave them. It's time. Stop using people. Stop lying and deceiving people. It's time. Tobago want it. Trinidad need it. Let them go. You can't be independent and then you financing them. You can't. The Citizens Union of Trinidad and Tobago is an organization created to protect the people from public and private sector abuse. If you are a member of the Citizens Union of Trinidad and Tobago, you can reach out to us with any issues that you have for guidance, advice, or even direct involvement and support. We work to make sure our members are taken care of. We work to make sure that our members have benefits, advantages, and privileges to their membership. If you have not yet joined the Citizens Union of Trinidad and Tobago, understand, when we say the strength of the wolf is the pack, this is the pack. Don't be a lone wolf outside there, hoping that when the mark busts, you have enough remedy. Strength in numbers, stronger together. Join us. Join the Citizens Union. We are not a political organization, but we will have a political voice. Join the Citizens Union. Our main purpose is to protect our people. Whoever is a member of the Citizens Union. And while there are many, many people reaching out to me for food and hampers for their family, I want to tell you, we are limited to the economy of the Citizens Union. We are limited to taking care of our members. If all 1.4 million Trinbagonians were our members, all 1.4 million Trinbagonians will be taken care of. Right now, we are limited to the boundaries and the borders of the organization's members because it is they and their actions that sustain and hold up the organization. And that's the synergy. That's the terms of membership. We, all are we. So, citizensuniontt.org, citizensuniontt.com. They have members all up and down the wall. Talk, reach out to them. If you want to do business with the Citizens Union, if you are in business and you want our tens of thousands of members to come to your business, reach out to Felicia Hola at 769-4590 or message Joseph Rich Paul or any of the other team members, Charmaine John, Hadassah, Charles McLeod. Everybody's on the threads. Reach out to them. Very soon we will be launching Citizens Union agencies in all 41 constituencies. So you will have your own dedicated team within your constituency working for you. Going forward from here as a country, when a hurricane comes in, you secure your documents. You get water, bleach. You get extra medication in case something interrupts the ability to go to the drugstore. You stock up on perishable, non-perishable foods. I don't think it would be a bad idea to be doing those things now. Trinidad worries me. I don't know if the supply chain gonna last. I'm not telling you to go outside and overbuy. I'm just saying, especially your medications, stock up. We don't know what the foreign exchange system going to be. Every time we try to get an answer, we get in a different piece of information. We don't know what the import's going to be. The whole world in trouble. It's not a bad idea to make sure, and tell you something, peanut butter and cornflakes. I could live for years on peanut butter and cornflakes, not together. I'm just saying. You know your things, the non-perishable things that you could live on. Make sure you have some of that put on. Yeah? And if you are on any medications, I take vitamin B complex, I take magnesium, calcium, zinc. I take D3. My brother told me that for COVID-19, vitamin C and vitamin D3. So I take a vitamin C and D3 supplement. So I have about 6 bottles of each. Because those are the things that I take. And I don't want to be looking and driving around trying to find, calling around trying to find. These, if it is important to you, make it important. To the people who have it real bad, I wish I could tonight wave some kind of magic wand and solve it. I wish I could put food on your table. When people are hungry, they don't want stories. They just want food. We there. We've killed the patient to stop a virus. More people are dying in this country from preventable illnesses due to hunger, due to not being able to afford medication, due to starvation, suicide. Our mental illness cases are rising and going through the roof. Human beings need human contact and stimulation. You've made a mess and a mockery. I'm telling you, nobody needs to die from COVID-19. Even if they get COVID-19, hire a proper team. That's where it starts. Hire a proper team at the top. Make sure that we know and we organize. We put things in place within each constituency that we organize to do this. And then open back the economy. Keep the borders shut. Keep the borders shut. Open up the economy and get us to zero. When we at zero, we bringing in people through the country on, I'm telling you, quarantine their ass. There's nobody that needs to be traveling into and out of Trinidad and Tobago right now. Nobody. If you don't want to be in Trinidad, all your ass, go somewhere else. But if you're coming here, you're going to have to take a quarantine. Even 7 days. And then a proper test to make sure that you're okay. And let's keep the cases at zero. That should be the mission. But open back the economy. Open it back. Let people go back out to work. And your job should be to make sure that you fill the gaps of all the places, of all the jobs that are gone. That's your work. Make sure people work in so that you don't have to feed them. And the people who you can't get jobs for, feed them. That's the job. And if you can't do the job, please, for all that's holy, just stand down. I mean, we'll think you're an incompetent jackass forever, whether you stand down or not, but please, if you have an ounce of decency, if you want people in Trinidad and Tobago children to be fat and thick and healthy like yours, eating food all up their nose, feed the people, no, man. If you can't do the job, resign, no, man. Resign. Let somebody who's capable come and take care of the people. That's what we need to be doing. Yeah. So, that's it for me. Thank all of you who were here in your numbers and who stayed this long. This many of you. Normally when that song Vote Them Out play, half the audiences disappear. But I guess, I know they have nights when my hair looks very good and that it's hard to leave. I feel it. I understand. But all good things come to an end. And like all other good things, this one too. So, Start to put things in place. Store some water, medications, especially for the infirm, those who have illnesses. Store up things like peanut butter. Peanut butters last long. Peanut butter is a good source of protein. So you eat peanut butter off a spoon and you will be okay. Yeah, cereals last for a long time. There are people who will tell you it's not a preferred diet because of the sugar content, but this is not about a preferred diet. This is just about survival for a while. Yeah? And I'll be here with you for as long as they have an internet and a means to broadcast. Remember they don't have an internet and a means to broadcast? If I had to record it on cassette tapes and give it to people and tell them copy from one to the other and give it to each other, I'll make sure that I'm here with you, and I'll stand with you, and I'll bring some kind of solace and some kind of comfort. I'll give you some kind of hope, whatever is mine. My father tell me that who much is given, much is expected. That's why I do this. And talking to them today, just talking to my parents and my sister and hearing them. I mean, I have a sister who, I have 3 sisters. Well, one passed away. But I have my youngest sister, who we call the baby in the family. She's a she's run a finance house and she's a big woman, but she's still my baby sister. And she is somebody who don't involve herself in nobody bacchanal. She looks for the good in everybody. I think she could find the good in anybody. And she tell me, Phil, I even march with you for Andrea, but I will march with you for the democracy. So when you march in, let me know and I come in. I saw people reach. People who normally don't like that kind of bacchanal, don't like that kind of shine up, don't like that kind of issue. They and all want to come out. If you have and you take care of yours and you know that there are people in the community that don't have, lend them all something. You don't know how fortunes is turned. You don't know. You don't know when you could be the one looking for a handout. Yeah? So, see who you could bless. I think I'm going to make that my ministry. I can't get hampers for everybody, but at least once a week, I'm going to get a hamper to somebody or something to help somebody. Yeah? So, those of you who listen out for the Netflix and the show options or the advice, I watched a show and I ended up binge watching it. It only had 1 season and it's called Upload. It was a real good show. It was very interesting concept and I like different things. Check out Upload. That's a real good show. I watched Loki, and Loki was so well written. It's such a crazy concept, but they only had 1 show, and I don't know what happened. So, but it's a good show. Yeah. So right now, I in between Jack Ryan, that show, 2 seasons. Watch that show. But right now, I in between. I found, no, don't laugh at me, but I used to enjoy Project Runway when that woman who started was there and Tim Gunn. And they have a show called Make the Cut. I watched 2 episodes today. It was interesting. I'm going to watch a little more of that because I like that kind of stuff. But I am in between series to watch right now. So I will let you know what I discover and what I find. I have a comedian called Jim Gaffigan. He real funny to me. So he doing a video on YouTube every night. He says, for as long as there's a pandemic or until the world ends. And I like that. And he's just doing a video, a comedian. He's doing cut-ups of all his shows and adding stuff that is real funny. He's on YouTube and it's free. So that's what I have to give you. Those of you who are in a position to help financially. Felicia Holder is our financial controller. She helps coordinate all of our relief for all the people that we help and all the things that we do. If you're in a position like Mr. Martinez, you humble me today, though. Because I really pull up by Trinity Lighting and the young fellow who came outside and gave me this phone, he was such a decent guy. No, my whole world is Apple. I never used a Samsung before. But because of your generosity, I'm going to find a way to learn how to use this Samsung. I promise you. Thanks a lot for that, Mr. Martinez from Trinity Lighting. And Trinity Lighting, that's where I go to buy my LED lights. So it's in the family. You know all them lights for in the kitchen and under the counter and thing? All them hard to get light for inside your fridge. You can't get it nowhere. Trinity Lighting just have everything. Yeah. So, I think that's it. If you are in a position to help and bless the movement, reach out to Felicia Holder. 769-4590, message her. And see if you could help raise funds, or if you're in a position to say, I'll send $1,000 a month to you. She needs that guy, that type of help, because she's responsible for paying all the bills. And I don't know how she's doing it sometimes. And it comes down to the kindness of the Citizens Union members. Citizens Union members paid for a lot of what we did as our first 9 nights of candles and all that went on there, and everything that was involved there was Citizens Union members. Members would call and say, listen, it's my turn tonight, I pass in the drop water. And they pass and 20 cases of water on the pavement for everybody. I mean, that kind of action has made me feel so full of hope that if we start to go forward as a nation, they have so many good people. Why the good people can't come to front for a change? Wouldn't that just be nice? Until tomorrow, keep yourself safe.